was enviable that he was on his left, but maybe it's not enviable that he's next to him and in his ear.
He's going to wish he had some cotton for that
Tony
right
G
ear.
raising on the button with the 9-5 of clubs.
Coming in.
One good enough.
It was only a minimum raise. 2 became 4, and Dave Gregory peeling off the flop with the queen 7.
Well, that shows you what his thoughts are, you know, to Tony G's hand selection.
And he's right, isn't he?
He certainly is in this case. Wow.
Nice flop for Tony G. Top pair.
5,000.
Mm-hmm. And once again, look at how quick Tony G bets, you know, whether the flop hits him or not. Last time we saw, you know, he did have the 2 3s, but that's not much of a hand, and he fired out 10,000.
With the 9.
Wat een action table.
You can choose the 9.
This is an old Amarillo Slim trick. Pick one card and one
Yeah.
card only.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're an absolute talent.
I know I can
You are a talent.
Tony G, believe me, is happy that he picked the 9. He's showing him, listen, I do have a hand, you know, so next time that he can bet with nothing.
People always choose the cards. It's unbelievable.
I might pick players out just to needle them. So if ever it might be Devilfish or someone like that, if they're on my table, I'll start needling them very nicely, gently, and see if they can get upset, dump their chips off. But it's that would be the only reason to pick people out. I'm not picking people out thinking, okay, I think he's weak. But time will tell. At the table, I will get a feeling for everyone's abilities and how everyone reacts to certain situations, and I'll try to exploit that.
Second level now. 2 and 4,000, double the blinds. Is this going to provide any change in tactics?
Absolutely. As the blinds increase, the pressure on the opponent's stacks increase, and we've already seen action in the first round. I expect it to even double in this
Let's
round.
dance.
Of these 6
Second
players, can it...
Tony G saying, let's dance, get up and dance.
He always has fun when he's playing. That's why it's great. Looking at Tony G and Barry Hearn here. They're great ambassadors for the game.
They really are, you know, and you gotta have fun. It's you know, you gotta remember at the heart of it, it is a game. Even though we're playing for a lot of money, and the stakes are serious, at the heart of it all, it is just a game.
Tony G has made it a total of 9,000, and Hearn has picked up the big slick behind, and doesn't seem really sure which way to go.
Call.
It's one of the top hands.
Pass. Pass.
He elects to just flat call Tony, and I don't mind that play against Tony G because he's so aggressive that, you know, you have to sometimes slow him down by showing him the best hand.
What'll happen if they both
I'm
miss?
sorry I had to call.
That'll be very interesting to find out, Jess.
It's actually hit Tony G pretty hard.
And
Check.
Tony now setting up Barry.
Check. Both checked.
Tony's tricky, and Hearn doesn't fall for it. If it comes an ace or a king,
It does not. And Tony G, once again, I expect him to not give Barry another free card, and he
10,000.
doesn't. He flips those $10,000
Raise.
bets like, you know, like they're nothing.
Hearn's
Raise
announced
20
raise.
more.
It's
20
10,000 for Tony G,
No, sorry. 15 more.
and Barry Hearn has made it 15,000 more.
Well, you're seeing now a battle within a battle, okay?
Call.
They, Barry Hearn is not playing his hand. He's playing Tony G.
Has Tony thrown him off because of the check on the flop?
I think so.
Here's the river.
Wow, a horrible
Check.
card for Barry Hearn.
Well, there's 74,000 in this pot, Kenny.
Right.
Barry Hearn has checked it. Could he afford to?
You know,
Take it.
in retrospect, looking at Barry's
One more
bet
chance to
on the
bluff.
turn, or the raise on the turn rather, it's also he's taking off the free card on the river. In case Tony is bluffing, he gets the free look down in case Tony's bluffing to win the hand with ace high.
So Hearn just trying to see the end of that hand quick, but Tony G taking the pot, and that's going to make him chip leader of over 150,000.
Still a nice move. If the 8 had come out, you might have really had a bite at it. Because
Just
the board
seems
would
like
have
the
been really
table ain't
scary.
big enough for the two of them.
Yes.
If the king or an ace had come out, I might have had a little bite at it.
The best accessory you can have at the poker table with Tony G about is a set of earplugs. This guy knows how to natter and just loves throwing off his opponents with his incessant chat. And worse than that, he can walk the walk as well as he talks the talk. He's where he wants to be, the table captain.
Everything counts. Experience, talent, there's all little edges, but it still doesn't mean you're going to win. It means that you've got a good chance. You could be the favourite going in, and definitely I'm the favourite going into the heat, but whether I'm going to win, time will tell. I'm definitely going to try my best to win.
From the stars on the wall to the stars on the table, Jesse, here we go. Hand number 2 of the second level.
Any of the players, 6 players you've seen here, anyone who you think needs to change the game plan?
Yes, I do. I think David needs to step back this level and, you know, let things develop a little more. He
Giving it away now.
puts himself in precarious positions. But this time you don't want to step back. Not when you hold the ladies, 2 queens.
Raise.
Well, there's been a raise and a call already, and Gregory, sitting with those queens, has announced re-raise. How big?
Too much.
Another 15. Yeah.
Raise another 15,000.
Well, this is a hand that plays better heads up, so I do like the re-raise.
It's 20.
And he does have position.
A total of 21,000, only 15,000 right now on Tony G.
Only 15,000. That's 10% of his stack, and he's the chip leader. Oh, and
no!
Barry Hearn taking a stand with the 2 sixes.
I thought you were going to do that if I
All in, yeah.
Quicker than he announces all in, Gregory says, I call.
And Barry Hearn instantly knows that he has got problems here. 18%.
Oh, the 2 words you hate to hear as a poker player is, I call, when you move into the pot that quickly, because you know that you're in big trouble. And here he is, you know, 4 to 4.5 to 1 dog going into the flop.
going to work out 50-50.
Well, it is David Gregory all in, but with a much stronger hand. And unless Hearn catches a 6 here, Kenna,
Doesn't matter. That doesn't
It's
affect
just going to
you.
be devastating to him. He needs a 6 on the turn or the river.
You just don't want another club.
I don't want to see a 6 o'clock.
You don't want to see a
I've got
club.
news for you. I'll do without the flush draw.
Why did I raise it?
this could be a huge boon for takeaway
A
David.
little
Gregory.
nervous chatter as we go to the turn.
Oh, that was close.
No help. It's an 8.
I think you got chips.
Any 6 in the deck.
Barry
Two
Hearn.
cards, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He's
you
all
got
but
chips.
resigned to have lost his hand, standing up, praying for mercy on the river.
Barry standing, but actually, I don't think he can be knocked out this hand, Kenna. He's going to have 6,000 or 7,000 left no matter what.
Yeah, it's an 8.
Down, Bell. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
And David Gregory, he has knocked out the elder statesman Barry Hearn, a great ambassador, as you said, Jesse, to this game.
Yeah, they'll have a quick count of the pot. Barry Hearn might actually be covered here, and if he is, then he'll be walking.
Might not have it.
Such a great record in these events, but
100%.
Hearn just took an opinion, I guess, there, Kenna, and
Well, you know, in fairness to Barry's judgment here, as I had said right before this hand, David Gregory, his hand frequency is that he's been playing an awful lot of hands. So Barry Hearn probably assessed that he could not withstand the heat of an all-in move, figuring that he was out there dancing around once again. But he wasn't this time. He had the goods.
well, that thwack that you heard, the sound of my chin hitting the floor, Kenna, uncharacteristic of Barry Hearn.
Well, you know, this is what happens when you're against unpredictable players who play a lot of hands. Their hand frequency is such that, you know, you don't think they have a hand, and at some point you have to take a stand. And Barry Hearn decided, I'm going to take a stand early with a pocket pair, and thinking that his opponent can't withstand the re-raise. But, you know, aptly, you know, it didn't work out, and it's a shame because Barry Hearn, such a colorful character, it's a shame to lose him so early.
Hearn not out, but 7,000. He's all in on the big blind, or just off the big blind, and it's pretty much just pray from here.
Right. Well, you never know. You know, you can get lucky. I've won a tournament where I was down to actually 3 chips before, so it can be done. Let's send it back to him and see what happens.
David Gregory, that big smile. He has plenty of chips. The big double up. Chip leader with 163,000.
The chip leads changed again, and Barry Hearn has gone from hero to 0 to a stack of just 7,000. He's not one to throw in the towel, but turning this one round could make one of the greatest poker comebacks yet. Can the Governor pull off an incredible revival?